You're back.
Welcome to Move Mondays. My name is G. I'm your host.
And my name is Jasmine, and I'm your host with the mostest.
And today it's going to be a short, brief, and really nice topic on travel.
Something that we love to do.
Oh my gosh, I'm in love with traveling.
Me
I
too.
feel like I call it going through portals of the world because it's different energies and different places that you visit. And I feel like you need to travel.
You do. You learn a lot about yourself. I learned so much about myself when I was traveling.
So much. Like, I've learned a lot traveling. And there's so many ways.
I'm going to adjust this light while we're
Yeah,
talking.
that's good. There's so many ways to just increase learning about who you are
in the world.
Areas.
And the world, you realize, I realized that the world is so big and that
vast.
Traveling gave me a lesson. It is, this lesson is, I'm always getting a lesson.
Life lesson.
Life lesson is if you don't like your current situation, move around.
That part.
And traveling gave me that perspective. If I don't like my current situation, move around.
And even with like moving, say you've never been out of your same state or city, and you decided to start moving around, traveling, and you end up moving somewhere that maybe serve your quality of life a little better because you've expanded your mind to kind of get out of that comfortability and bubble.
That is true. I never would have moved to California by myself. Like, I had no family. Like, my cousin G right here.
She just backed up.
No one was here with me. I just left. You know, I left an engagement and everything behind. But traveling actually helped me do that. So I started traveling to California first.
Yeah.
And then I started traveling to other places. And I kept saying I wanted to get out of Chicago because of the freezing cold.
Yeah.
And years ago, I've been here like 17 years now in California.
Yeah.
Been here for a while. And when I got here, I didn't feel so small. I didn't feel like so intimidated by it because I was used to traveling. Sometimes, most of the time, I traveled a lot by myself.
I think solo travel is the most rewarding travel and liberating travel that you could ever do.
Yeah.
Because for one, like, you're not on anybody else's time.
Yep.
You don't have to compromise and you don't have to consider. And it's the reality. You don't. And it makes your travel experience a little better. I mean, it could be a little challenging for women because, you have to be mindful of safe spaces.
Yeah, that's one of the many things that I now am aware of. I'm going to be honest. When I was young, I sometimes think about, like, girl, like, you could have got kidnapped. You could have been sex trafficked, all types of stuff. Like, some of the positions I put myself in. Now I'm a little bit more aware of when I'm traveling to places. Like, even when we were in Amsterdam, and you guys wasn't there. I was there by myself. And even though Amsterdam proclaimed to be safe, I just make sure that, I don't walk down the street too late. I like to walk around.
Yeah.
I want to visit like the red light district, and and we've been to a few places, but I noticed when I'm by myself, I'm always conscious of the time. So traveling women by yourself, you need to be conscious of the time and when the sun go down. I always say venture out in the daytime to see what spots you want to hit. Because if you get somewhere at night, don't try to venture out at night. Venture out in the daytime.
And kind of do your research. There is an app. It's called Travel Ladies.
Really?
App. Yeah. And you can download.
You're holding out on me.
I'm a travel guru. I love to travel. Everybody knows.
So this app, tell me about it.
So once you download the app, or you could just look online. It's called Travel Ladies app or something. And it gives you a list of all of the safe countries to visit.
Oh.
And then it has like reviews, so you get references from other women, just like y'all get references on other things. But you can get references on these countries, and they can tell you like what they did there, what to explore, what areas to stay in that are safe, and it gives you a 1 to 100 of what country is the safest.
And places in that
country to visit.
I need that because I don't get me wrong, traveling with people, especially if you're a significant other, if you like them, because we should talk about that. Traveling
traveling with people in general, I'm not gonna hold you. It's challenging, and
Actually, it's not if you're with the right people.
no, if you're right with the right, but if you're used to being a solo travel, it's challenging because you have so much more autonomy that when you are with someone else, you do want to spend some time together. However, it gets a little convoluted if you don't make your arrangements, known in advance.
I was gonna say that's why I'm not annoyed when it comes to traveling because I when I travel with people, I make people aware of how I'm traveling.
That's it. Me too.
How I'm traveling and what my plans is to do. Like I'm checking my bag in, I'm doing this or what I need to do. The what?
Large groups for me.
Oh, large groups, I'll meet you there.
I'll meet you there.
I'm gonna be honest, traveling together, I've done that with a bunch of girls before. Oh my God.
I'll meet you there.
3 notes that I have for women out there, and because I know men is different. When you're traveling with your group of friends, travel separately. Like we're gonna meet there, probably the same day, but we don't have to all. If you end up on the same flight, that's cool too. But yeah, but seriously, the 3 things that women should keep in mind when you're traveling is one. This one over here.
Okay, we're good.
The 3 things you got to keep in mind is, for me, especially traveling. I've traveled with groups before. I traveled with people like G. You were saying that you traveled by yourself so much that
it's more challenging to travel with groups. Not that it's hard. I could travel with people as long as I have my own arrangements and I don't know who I'm traveling with. We're cool.
Exactly. So for
it's
me,
easy, but it's hard when you're so used to having. I'm an adventurer. I'm an explorer. I studied abroad. Me and travel are like this. It's a passion. I've done it.
Yes. Same goes hand in hand for me. I've traveled so much. I traveled around the world. I didn't study. I was just traveling. Oh. I was just on vacation. I like vacation. So, but one of the many things I've learned about my travels is I can travel.
Studying.
Which is my studying. I like to study human nature. I've noticed it's not. I can travel with groups. I can travel by myself. Yeah. It's the situations that I get in. So if someone is making an uncomfortable situation, then it's a problem. So you need to find out people's behaviors before you travel with them. And be honest with your friend's behavior. And sometimes you won't know.
In groups, that's what I mean.
So here's the things. Here's some tricks that you can do. So I have a rule now, like I always say.
What's your large group cutoff?
Oh, I've traveled with women that it was like 7 of us. You can only imagine.
But I'm saying, what is your cutoff?
Oh, I can travel with the group, but here's the things that keeps me having a good time. Number 1, I always tell people, if you're not my man or if I don't have kids, those are the only people that's sleeping in my room. I'm just being honest. That's the only people that's sleeping in my room. Mm. Even my mom, I will get her own room. I'm just being honest.
It's a woman thing.
I need my own space. And again, if you're not my man or if I don't have kids, if it's one of my future children, you're not sleeping in a room with me. I need my space because I have extra patience for things like that. So I'm just being honest. So whatever happens outside happens outside. And if we already discussed about certain attractions that we want to see,
or things,
and things, times we want to go to it, and if someone is being difficult or something is happening, I'm going to be honest, I'm not the person that's going to be like, oh my God, what's happening? No, let's stay back. I'm going to say, well, honey,
I'm not even going to say. No, you're not even going to say. I don't know. This isn't your child. You're not going to say. I know you.
I'm not. That is something I'm doing, but I'm trying to work on that and just say, look, you know what? Take care of yourself and
keep us
informed, and we'll be over here. But G is right. I am really like that. It's usually I'm like, you're not dying, you're not injured. Are you just having a meltdown? Have a good one. I'll see you later. Catch you at dinner.
Right.
You know, but you have to have that mentality when you travel. The mentality of you're on vacation, which means You're not here for the drama.
That's
so when
true.
you're traveling with groups, this is just for groups. When you're traveling by yourself, we'll talk about that. But when you're traveling with groups, you're not about the drama. If it's a person who likes to create their own drama, because some people, let's be honest. Some people like to create their own drama.
It's always one.
Like, it's always one. Like, I tell anyone I'm traveling with, this is the only, if you think you're getting drama out of me, the only drama you gonna get out of me is what I'm eating. I'm always trying to find a vegan restaurant, very simple, or me carrying lots of luggage.
But those are personal things.
Those are, again, it doesn't affect anyone else.
No.
I'm one of those
and we don't have to eat together. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm one of those people. I'm going to find out what I'm eating. If it's not something y'all want to eat, y'all go have fun. I'm going to eat over here, and we're going to catch up later. I will not feel left out.
And that's another thing. No, for real. Because I feel like with groups, like, say you do plan together. And you don't have to do everything together, though.
No.
So it's like, it's fine. You know what I mean? You go find what you want to eat. You go find what you want to eat. Like, or maybe later we can figure something out. What I started doing, I'll say this, with group travel, if we're going to eat together, I'd rather have one great meal together.
Yeah.
And that's either getting a chef or
or dinner or something like that.
Or a really sought out restaurant that we all kind of research.
That we all research.
But I usually now just get a chef. This is the menu. This is what we're getting. Because you know what you're getting.
But if your budget doesn't, if your budget is not shelf worthy, so what you can do is, I'm just being honest, if it's not shelf worthy,
it's the way. Sure.
Hey, if it's not shelf worthy,
I travel on the budget too.
This is what you can do. Even though I have money, I still travel on the budget. So in many places, I don't get a chef because I don't have time to research, or I don't know enough about this person. I'm very picky about my food, and that sometimes it may be harder to sue a chef than a restaurant. Let's start there.
That's true.
So what I would suggest people do when you're traveling in groups like that, like you said, I would, instead of trying to have every meal together, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, pick one. And also do some research, put in a group chat of places that people can eat that you're thinking about that's near, or you guys can maybe bump into each other or whatever. But trying to schedule every meal together. I've been on trips like that. Doesn't work for me. You're going to get mad at me. I'm going to branch out and do my own thing. I'm going to see you at dinner. And that's it. And we're going to do some sightseeing together. But when it comes to eating, everyone's eating habit is different.
Even if I don't make it to the sightseeing. And this is why I'm such a solo traveler. I know she's talking groups. I'm talking solo because it's just...
But we were going to get on solo. But
we're segueing now. Because I'm over the groups.
He just had an experience that you can say.
No. It's good. I'm not bringing that up.
And I'm a solo traveler too. I 90% of my travels were by myself. I guess I'm just I love people. I just enjoyed.
I do too.
Because
I don't mind.
I went on a tour for the first time.
But were you by yourself?
No, I've never taken a tour, period.
But I'm saying, when you went on the tour, was it a solo?
No, I was with people.
No, I'm saying you were with a group of people. I was
with a group of people that we traveled.
All went on a tour.
We all went on a tour. And it was great.
You didn't do tours by yourself?
I've never did a tour by myself. So now when I travel places, I just learned something out. I want to do tours.
I do tours. I've done solo tours.
I've never done them. They're so much fun.
I look up Groupons. I look up a lot like TripAdvisor or Get Your Experience. Airbnb has experiences on there too. I just try to compare and see, but I am a big fan of taking at least one tour if someone never been, because you get to learn the area. And then, like, say you do go back there, now you kind of know.
Now you know where you want to go experience. I've never done that. So that's another tip I will give you guys, especially you women out there. Take a tour, research, and find a safe tour guide. And every place I want to go to now, I'm like, oh my God, I want to do a tour.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
I was in Madrid, Spain, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to go back.
Did a tour in Barcelona. It was wonderful.
Wow. Like, so many things I wouldn't have seen because of, these people know the city. So.
Yeah. Or you just, sometimes you get kind of landlocked on, I'm staying here, I'm doing this, and you don't really venture out to the rest of
See, that's not
the
me.
city. No, but what I'm saying, no,
I'm
like
so like,
you'll move around, but there are some countries like you really don't want to drive in, or you don't feel really safe in, which I feel like a tour will help you.
see, I wish I felt like that.
Expose yourself.
That's why I
to a
said
little
sometimes
more. Yeah.
I'm trying to be more conscious of my safety now because
Yeah.
I be doing the most when I be traveling. I be going to the cities. I like to get off the grid.
I immerse myself with people.
And I shouldn't be doing it, especially as a beautiful girl. Like, so I almost got, so let's talk about safety because something happened.
When was this?
This was recently. So I was just in Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in the restroom and this girl was complimenting me on my swimsuit or whatever. And, I didn't think nothing of it or whatever. She was a little flirty and I'm like, whatever, I love being attracted by both sex, I'm everybody's type. So had to throw that in there. I'm a mess, I know. But, she was a little flirty and she was talking to me or whatever. I'm a very secure woman. I know I like men. So it's like, whatever, but she was nice about it. And then she started telling me about these places to go. And every place she was telling me, I was like, oh my God, that seemed fun. And then she was telling me about this festival that they have. It's like Mardi Gras. And Bad Bunny was there and we just missed it. And she was telling me these certain areas. And then my sister-in-law came out the stall because I was with my sister-in-law, my brother. My sister-in-law came out the stall. And her tone changed and I didn't realize it because I was so immersed in her conversation and her showing me pictures of the festival. And I'm like, oh, I want to come next year. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I miss Bad Bunny. He's such a cutie, by the way. I was like, I missed him. Like, that would have been fun. So my sister-in-law speaks fluent Spanish. Like, my Spanish is rocky. She speaks very fluently. And, and she didn't know that the girl that was talking to me did not know that. Mm-hmm. So another Spanish girl come in. She was also young and pretty as well. And she said something in Spanish to her about a certain area this girl was telling me. And I didn't realize later that my sister-in-law was telling me she was telling her to go along with it. So long story short, we're in a beautiful hotel and this restroom was beautiful. So, we're out there trying to do selfies, get glam. And I didn't realize, like my sister-in-law was telling me, if you didn't peep, Jasmine, there were many women walking in and out the restroom. She didn't say really too much into any of them because they didn't look like us. She picked the prettiest slim girls to talk. It was only me. I'm going to be honest. It was only me and this other Puerto Rican girl that walked up in there who had the same frame body type. Everyone else, it was a convention going on, was a little older or, it wasn't given very model type like we were. Not to brag. I'm just being honest. So, no, I think all women are beautiful. My species were very beautiful, but I'm just saying I'm saying this for a reason. Because when I sat down, when we went out the restroom and we started telling my brother about it, and my brother was like, you're about to get trafficked. And we was like, they were laughing about it. And I'm like, what? They researched the areas that this girl was telling me about. And all of them were saying you should not go there. Even the police don't go there. And a tourist, a woman went to one of these areas that this lady was telling me about and ended up getting killed. And I was like, oh my God. And luckily I wasn't going to go there without telling no one because I was with my brother. He wasn't going to let me go anyway. And they like to research stuff, but it just brought me awareness like, oh my God, even you got to watch out for women too. They use to traffic you when traveling. So your safety is really important. And I think I'm getting to that point now that I'm like, you gotta be more mindful because I just go with the flow sometimes and that's always good. But it was a little bit shaky when it comes to my safety. I didn't realize I was being targeted. Yeah. And she was staying in a hotel. Here's another thing, ladies. Start listening. I was not actively listening. I was looking at the pictures and the videos that she was showing me. Active listening, it will help you.
We
I
love
was,
accountability.
I'm gonna be honest. I was not actively
Remember
listening.
earlier when I was telling her
Whatever.
what
Like I
said?
said, victim mentality.
No,
But
don't do that.
active. Don't do
That's
that
what I
to me.
said.
Don't be
Actively
swinging.
listening.
But what I said, I was not
I'm
actively.
not being the victim. I'm not the victim. That's
I was
the
not
issue.
actively listening to her because I was more caught off guard by the places she was showing me that looked
Nice.
fun that I did not know. And I've been to Puerto Rico many times, but I never stayed in the area. I always stayed in a very posh area for safety reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And we were a little bit by locals, which was fun. It was real fun.
Yeah.
But again, me not actively listening, I could have got myself in a situation. So I feel like actively listen to what people say because they will leave clues. Like I didn't realize she was staying in a hotel. She's been there for 2 years. And this is a very, very expensive hotel. She lives there. And then someone is putting her up. It's about to invest into her pizza business. And I'm like, oh my God, I think I know who she works for. But yeah, so that's all I have for travel. And for those of you,
get a passport.
For God's sakes, y'all stop making us look bad. They already say most Americans don't have a passport. Come on, get a passport.
You can go to your local
post office. Your local FedEx office. FedEx Kinko's will help you get a passport. Yeah. It's very simple. If you can spend $800-900 on an outfit and all this and that or hair, go outside. Going out every other week. Going out every other week. Go outside of your comfort zone. It's another country.
Just put aside. Just put aside and say passport. Yeah. Just get an envelope so you can see it tangibly. Put passport on there, and then put.
And save up for a trip. A lot of flights are cheap. A lot of places you can go visit that are very affordable. Yeah. Very, very affordable.
Especially, I will say, the U.S. is a little more spread out. Mm-hmm. But if you do go to countries that are easy to, Europe is easy to move around. Oh. You can go from country to country.
Train, honey.
You can do trains, but you can also do planes.
You can do planes as well.
Everything is a little closer, so you can go from one country to the next country and
easily.
Say, hey, I was in 3 countries. This was my,
Literally.
This was my trip. And it's still affordable.
So affordable. Yeah. Bouncing around, so affordable. But yeah, so anything else you have to suggest to the people as far as traveling?
Nah, if you have any questions or any ideas, I have definitely been in travel for a long time, so you can hit me up on my tag or my inbox. I'll
follow him on IG.
I'll send you some
or hit him up on our Mood Mondays Instagram.
Mood Mondays. I definitely I have a travel business, so I can link you to that and, help you find some great places.
He's an excellent travel advisor. I've learned how to travel well because of him.
And honestly, if you could get a passport, I would say also get global entry and get TSA pre-check and clear and get you a lounge pass.
But wait a minute, when you get
global entry, it comes with TSA.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah, it comes with TSA. So if you get global entry, it comes with TSA pre-check, so you're going to save.
And you don't have to take your shoes off. That's one of the things I got to reapply for because mine expired. But it really does help you.
And it's for 5 years. So it's worth it. And it's not even, it's $120 something bucks, I think.
Trust me, it's worth it. Yeah. So till next time, folks, follow us on Mood Mondays on IG, TikTok.
Tell us your travel mood. Tell us places you're thinking about going.
That's what I said, TikTok. So we're making a TikTok now. We will make sure that we let you guys know the TikTok will be Mood Mondays. But leave some comments on X, IG, and TikTok.
And drop your travel places. I'm curious to learn new spaces or places you want to go.
Yeah, and things you did.
Yeah.
Until next time.